I'm here with Owen O'Grady.
Hello.
Owen has a child, Holly, who's 3 now. How often would you sit down and watch television as a family, say with Holly and...
Not very often because my wife's on shift work, so myself and Holly might watch a bit together though. I'd say maybe an hour and a half or so together. Be about it, yeah.
And when you sit down, what would you watch?
She likes the funny clips on, like you can see her being framed or something like that. Then again, we'd watch DVDs then, or cartoons or something like that,
Do you regulate how much television Holly watches?
Yeah, I don't like watching telly all day. So mainly about, I'd say 2 hours at most I'd give her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you regulate what she watches, as in the content?
Yeah, there's certain programs I wouldn't be too keen on her watching, like Peppa Pig, or she loves Peppa Pig, but I've just kind of noticed lately though that it's not exactly great for her. I kind of see some reflection of what Peppa does through Holly, whether it be stamping the feet, something along those lines, and like the kids at this age are like sponges, so they'll pick up on everything when they see kids on the telly do that, or characters on the telly do that, then she'll pick up on it.
Would she copy the character at home, and she knows all the characters in the programme?
Yeah.
Okay.
She'd know them all.
How do you feel about programmes like that, say brand characters that constructed to appeal to children?
I don't know, I suppose like they're there to make money then, aren't they? But how do you mean, like when you say...
How do you feel as if...
Are they educational, or are they just there to make money? Is that what you mean?
In a sense, they're making money, okay?
Yeah, okay.
How do you feel that is affecting your child?
Because I'm buying that stuff for her?
Yeah, do you think it's they're appealing to her a bit much, which isn't good for her as a child?
Well, it depends on what you're buying for them, do you know what I mean? Like there is stuff that they have there, toys that are educational, that they have, there might be some Dora dolls that teach her how to count in Spanish, or something along those lines, that we would have for her. I suppose they'd be educational enough. It all depends on what ones you're actually buying for them,
Have you noticed that when she goes out, say you bring her to the supermarket or something, the shops, have you noticed she recognises characters on products? Like, I know there's Dora spaghetti hoops.
Yeah, and we would buy them for her, alright, yeah. Purely for the fact that it's Dora on them, and to be honest, I wouldn't really look at the price. If she wants it, then I'd buy it for her.
Just because she's appealing for it and she
and to be honest, she's not a great eater, so like if she wants it and she'll eat it, then I'll give it to her. So the way. So yeah.
So I mean that obviously influences your purchase. Then if she goes along and says Dora spaghetti hoops as compared to
normal
spaghetti hoops, which might be cheaper, and
I'd go with Dora all the time. Then
yeah.
For her, yeah.
You said you bring Holly to the toy shop at say twice a month or so.
Yeah.
How do you feel about toy stores and products, the way they're displayed towards children, as in stereotyping? Like boys' toys would be more macho and action figure,
yeah.
and girls' toys would be
princesses and stuff like that. Well, yeah, I suppose. I mean, it's all categorised, I suppose. But to be honest, I mean, if she picks up something that she likes, whether it be a Spider-Man action figure or whether it be a princess doll or something, depending on what, like, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. If she wants it, like, I'm not going to buy it for her just because she says she wants it.
Yeah.
But I'll keep it in mind, and then if it's her birthday or she's been good then, or something along those lines, then I might surprise her or something along those lines and get it for her then. In that case,
And given the age Holly is now, she's 3, she'd be learning more and taking more in, and susceptible to more things. Do you feel you want to, or do you feel you have to kind of counter the role of advertising in terms of kind of personality development and stereotyping towards these products. Do you think if she takes all this in a few years, she's just going to accept that boys like sports, girls are princesses? Do you think that's the way it should be?
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. It is kind of, I suppose, directed in that sense, you know, whereby that it's, I suppose, girls' toys is all princesses and fairies, and if she wants it, if she really wants it, then you know, I'm not gonna go straight out and buy it for her, because that could just spoil her.
Yeah.
I'd have no issues buying her. I know there's some people that would. Eve wouldn't be too happy with buying her a boy's toy or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So,
but I suppose that's coming from a girl's perspective.
Yeah, and I suppose if it was different, if Holly was a boy and she, you know, wanted a Barbie, I wouldn't be too happy though, I suppose. So,
there's been recent studies that show that children are exposed to more than 40,000 ads a year. Holly you said she'd watch maybe an hour and a half of telly a day.
Yeah.
Do you think the children are going to be overwhelmed by this, because there's a lot of ad breaks and products being showed, especially on those children's TV shows? They'd be all pumping the products out in between on the ad breaks.
Yeah, well, I suppose gearing up to Christmas and whatnot, yeah, like it's quite bad, but in a sense though as well, like, I mean, she hasn't just got the telly to keep her entertained though. I mean, she has, like, there's an iPad there as well, and she would use that quite frequently as well. She'd play games on that now, you know. So it wouldn't be just telly, like, and on the iPad she wouldn't be as exposed to ads and whatnot on a commercial. Now, there again though, there are ads, I suppose, for apps and stuff like that, and she would tell me that she'd want those particular apps and stuff.
I suppose with the iPad you have a lot more control, because there are apps these days that just load you full of ads through the content.
Yeah.
But you'd have a lot more control through the apps yourself. You'd see exactly what's on there.
Oh yeah, I'd see what she's looking for and stuff like that, and whether I think it's beneficial for her or educational for her, then, you know, I'd certainly download it for her. Like, she's loaded jigsaws and stuff like that she uses quite frequently on it, and yeah, there is the odd game or two for her, alright, you know. But yeah, I'd find it beneficial for her.
Do you think the advertisement should be more regulated? As in, there should be more control, and children shouldn't be allowed. The ads these days are kind of generated to pester your parents into buying a product.
Yeah, true, and that, I suppose that puts an unbelievable amount of pressure on parents, in the sense that parents who can't afford certain things, you know, and their kids, they want it. Kids have no concept of money or anything like that. So in that sense, yeah, that should be regulated. Because I don't think it's fair to parents who can't afford these toys for their kids, because there's nothing worse than telling your child that now, you know, they can't have something, and, you know, to that effect, if they really want something like that, you know.
In a few years, Holly will be moving on and going to school, and she'll be doing more stuff on her own. Are you kind of conscious the advertising brands are going to go about how you know, they're going to work towards your children? Say, like, in a few years she'll get into Barbie. I mean, obviously the stereotype of Barbie is skimpy clothes, and are you going to make more of an effort to be aware of what she's being exposed to?
Well, yeah, like, I mean, as it stands anyway, like, I mean, you're always on your toes as opposed to what she's watching and stuff like that, and what she is being exposed to. But yeah, you would be worried in relation. But, you know, to be honest, like, she does have Barbies now.
Yeah.
You know, even at a young age that she is, you know. But yeah, like, yeah, I know where you're coming from. I know what you're saying with regards to the clothing and stuff like that, the skimpier clothes and all that malarkey, yeah.
And how do you think that's going to affect her now? She's, in a few years, she's going to go to school. There's going to be a lot more girls, not even clothing, kind of just brands in general. I mean, she's going to go in, and there's going to be other girls in the class who are going to come in their fancy Nike runners.
Yeah, that goes without saying, though. That was always the case anyway. Like, I mean, even, you know, yourself when you were growing up anyway, you know, who had what and stuff like that. And It will be, and to be honest, it'll be at a bigger level at this stage. There's more brands, there's more medias to see these like channels where kids are exposed to all these different brands. So it'll be a lot worse, I suppose, than when we were growing up and whatnot. Like there's a range of products and range of different, whether it be toys, clothing, whatever. I think it's going to be 10 times worse now that I'm a parent.
If you're a parent, it's going to be a lot worse in your wallet as well. It's a lot harder as a parent to teach children about brands than it is for somebody else looking in. Say your grandparents. It'd be easy for them to go out and pick up a brand just because it's perfect for them and they want the best for their little granddaughter. But you're around her more often. Do you think brands put too much pressure on parents and families in that way?
Yeah, they do alright. Sure, like the kids' clothing price is ridiculous. Well, the brands, as you say, I mean, they're not going to get much wear out of it anyway, as it is.